And the point is, this war will not end. And I think this is what the Russians are concluding. It will not end until they have hundreds of thousands of troops around Kiev. And it's very simple. Life support continues. The level of assistance that comes through Poland is not ended. In other words, they're continuing to be supplied. They're continuing to get money. They're continuing to receive contract support, as you point out. They're continuing to get mercenary support, which is another form of contract support. So the Russians know you can't win this thing by simply killing people, because you're going to be killing them over and over and over again for a long time. You're going to have to move on the key point. That's Kiev.
Okay.
They've got to go there.
I want to go back to something you said a few minutes ago when you said that the CIA is recruiting mercenaries. Are those American mercenaries that the CIA is recruiting and giving American cash to?
I think the CIA is an equal opportunity employer and will pick up anyone who wants to go and fight for money. So I don't think you could say it's American. It may not be. Look, we've done this before. We recruited Montagnards and all sorts of people to fight for us in Vietnam. We've recruited even former members of ISIS to fight for us in the Middle East. This is an old exercise. It's nothing new. Phil Giraldi can tell you more about it than I can. All I'm saying is that this life support is going to continue until the Russians themselves cut it off. The only way to cut it off is to cut the communications line between the Polish border and Kiev, block that, and bring the rest of the forces around Kiev and put an end to this regime. Because, you know, when I said the administration doesn't have a real strategy, it has a media strategy, I'm not kidding. I mean, what we've really decided to do is, well, we want to hurt Russia. No one really believes that Russia can be destroyed. No one in their right mind believes that the government is going to be overthrown. What we want to do is harm Russia. And we think if we harm it over time long enough, that we can eventually persuade them to stop and go away. By the way, we took this position in Vietnam. We said if we kill enough of them, we fight them to a standstill, they'll give up. Well, we found out in 1974, no, they kept coming back until they finally won. So that won't work. But the media strategy is equally important, because as long as you can visit Zelensky and he walks out in the open and he demonstrates that he's the leader of Ukraine and he's surrounded by these troops and so forth, people think it could happen. People believe something could happen. It won't.